Hi there, it's Chieeton. It's Monday today, but over the weekend I started craving raccoon sausage really badly. So I'm by the river. What do you put on your sausage? Ketchup, maybe mayo, or ketchup and mayo together. Everyone's different, but I absolutely love adding mustard myself. So for today, guys, we're gathering mustard ingredients on this riverbank. So, without even needing to search around, it's already right in front of us. These are the western mustard greens we'll be harvesting today. It looks like my wife has found some mustard greens there too. She's already helping with the harvest now. Mustard is made from seeds of mustard greens in the Brassicaceae family, and this plant right here is precisely those mustard greens, so it's not a substitute. This is the real mustard ingredient. Since mustard greens translate to mustard in English, that's pretty obvious. Let's pick some seeds and taste them now. These are western mustard green seeds, the material for mustard. Let's give them a taste. Here we go. Yeah, the spiciness still hasn't come through that strongly yet, but the mustard aroma spreads intensely throughout my mouth. Water heightens spiciness. So weekends just became way more exciting for me. Let's immediately start harvesting the mustard green seeds. Handle the mustard green pods gently because rough handling makes them burst and fling seeds everywhere. This time I want to take the whole branches home and leisurely pick out the seeds there. So today I'll cut the branches and carry the pods home. By the way, almost all mustard sold in Japan today comes from Canada, yet small specialty crops of mustard greens are still raised in Hokkaido, Niigata, Nagano, Yamanashi, and a few other regions. If you're interested, after watching this video, try searching for domestic mustard. We've only harvested a little so far, but once I seal the pods in a bag and shake, the seeds collect like this. Here we go! We've got a huge pile of mustard green seeds here. The ones from this spot are nice and big, looking great. Since we're making our own, let's be generous and have fun. These are splendid mustard seeds. We ended up collecting quite a lot.
Hey, hubby, we scored a bunch.
Wow, you picked a ton. Combined with mine, that's plenty. Let's hurry back and make mustard with these. Back home now? I've brought home mustard green seeds. First, we need to separate the pods and debris. Look closely, the bundle's been shaken well, so almost all seeds have already dropped. We can simply strip away the stems and empty pods like this. Hardly any seeds remain attached. Give everything a good rustling shake and the seeds fall downward. The bulky pods stay on top, so grab them in a fist and pull them out before they clutter up the bowl. Once most of it's sorted, set a sieve over a bowl and dump straight in everything from the bag. After shaking the sieve, only the seeds dropped cleanly through, letting us remove the spiders and pods. There are still loads of tiny bugs crawling around, but a few mixed in won't hurt. They're edible anyway. Now let's handle the second bag from start to finish together. I used a strainer, but quite a bit of debris slipped through. When that happens, I blow it away with my breath. We already got rid of a fair amount of debris, but specks are stuck, and there are spiders and bugs too. So let's add water and float them to the surface. Because the seeds repel water at first, stir them so they really soak. After that, any seeds that still float are immature, so feel free to discard them. A lot of debris has surfaced, so let's skim it off. More stuff has floated up again. As I thought, the seeds have a strong water-repellent property, so once they reach the surface, they inevitably stay afloat. If you overdo the skimming, even fully developed seeds will end up floating, so try to remove only the debris. Pick off the junk riding on the surface. Okay, the debris is gone. Now we'll lift the seeds out, drain them, and let them dry. We'll press this out into a thin layer and drive off the moisture thoroughly. I kept swapping out kitchen paper over and over to get it dry. If you leave them soaking too long, the seeds start getting ready for sprouting, which isn't good, so work fast. After that, let's weigh these mustard green seeds to see how many grams we've got. We managed to collect 123 grams, which is more than I expected. The container looks a bit small, but it should be fine, so let's try anyway. Next, we'll pour vinegar in here. For this batch, I'm going with apple cider vinegar, the kind made solely from pure fermented apple juice. It doesn't particularly smell like apples, but it is a tasty vinegar. Grain vinegar would also work, and many people use wine vinegar as well, so this time I want to try apple cider vinegar. I'll pour about 1.3 times seeds volume of apple cider vinegar. Let's call that good. Next, we add salt at 1.5% of the weight. This batch comes in at 283 grams, so 1.5% is about 4.3 grams. I'll zero the scale, weigh it out, and toss it in. 5 grams. Let's just eyeball it this time. Once the salt is in, we pour in honey. This tasty honey comes from Japanese prickly ash. Scoop in roughly 3 teaspoons. Everything is already looking nicely soaked through. When all ingredients are in, stir everything thoroughly. Once the brine turns uniform, let it stand at room temperature for several days so the seeds fully absorb the vinegar. I see some tiny white specks floating, so we'll skim them off. Honestly, if it were just me eating, I wouldn't mind, but because the family plans to enjoy this, I'll remove the debris and let them eat comfortably. Most of the junk is gone now, so next, put the lid on and let it sit at room temperature for a few days. After leaving it at room temperature for 5 days, I let it rest in the fridge for 2 months. Actually, I planned to eat it sooner, but I was busy with work, went to catch snapping turtles, and went out with my family. I couldn't really take any time off. Anyway, let's have a taste first. Let's open it up. Nice! It doesn't seem spoiled at all. Since it was in vinegar with salt and sugar and kept in the fridge, the quality is perfectly fine. Let's have a little taste test. Yeah, this is super tasty. The spiciness I didn't notice when I ate mustard seeds on site really hits sharply now. More than just a little kick, it actually tastes quite spicy. By letting it soak thoroughly, the spiciness intensifies. Let's make it into a paste now. The mustard seeds have soaked up the moisture quite well. Each grain has gotten pretty big. Let's put this in the mortar and grind it up. Sounds good, doesn't it? You can feel the seeds crushing with a grind sound. Man, it's blazing out. My back's roasting. Wow, it's turning the perfect color like whole grain mustard. Awesome, such a great aroma. Yeah, really, whoa. Amazing fragrance, but the vapor just stabbed my eyes. Mustard green seeds contain a compound called sinigrin. When water is added and they are crushed, an enzyme named myrosinase acts, producing the pungent ingredient allyl isothiocyanate. Because this stuff is volatile, it literally invaded my eyes right now, proving the spicy component is forming properly. I'm getting really excited. I think this level of grinding is sufficient for today's batch. Let's give it a quick taste. Here we go. Yeah, it's spicy. Wow, it's really spicy now. It's definitely spicier than when I tasted it as whole grain mustard a moment ago. The aroma shooting up through my nose has also become much brighter, turning into that classic mustard profile. That means the mustard is basically done, so I'll wrap it up and chill it in the fridge for now. Next, I'm going to make sausages with raccoon belly meat. I caught and butchered this raccoon during hunting season and kept the meat frozen. It has a layer of fat that should be perfect for sausages, so today I want to use this meat. First, let's scrape the meat off the ribs. Okay, we got 265 grams of raccoon belly meat. The meat still clinging to the ribs over here will become barbecue later today. I'll chop this batch a bit smaller so it goes through the grinder easily. Okay. Alright, we'll mince the raccoon belly meat using the knockoff hand crank chopper I bought at dollar store. I'm going to mince it. Whoa! It's coming together, it's coming together. Amazing, amazing. This works well, doesn't it? Alright, let's check how it's turning out. Oh, it's gotten nicely minced. Looks like this will work for sausage, so let's season it. First, salt. For 265 grams of meat, we add about 4 grams, 1.5%, and then some garlic as well. And a little paprika. The real game changer this time is 5-spice powder. It gives off a lovely Chinese-style aroma, spicy and delicious. I even throw it into shabu-shabu broth and it tastes incredible. It's one of my favorite seasonings. You know. Looking closer, the raccoon fat has wrapped around and barely minced at all. If the mixture lacks fat, the sausage ends up dry. So we'll add beef tallow here. Finally, in goes ice. By keeping the meat from heating up even as it turns juicy, you stop the moisture and fat from separating. When they split, you get a dry sausage. So that's one of the tricks. Okay then, let's give it the final mix now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see how it's looking. Oh, this is coming together nicely, isn't it? Then we'll load it into the sausage stuffer. See how the meat has developed a good stretch. The fat has blended without separating too. We've got a fluffy sausage base ready. With this, we can make an almost additive-free homemade sausage. I did squeeze in some garlic paste, so it's not totally additive-free, but close enough. We've added minced raccoon fat meat. Now I attach the lid with the nozzle and clamp it down firmly with this lever. Alright, it's finally sausage stuffing time. This is a hog casing that was salt-packed and frozen, then soaked to remove the salt. I'll slide the casing over the nozzle, but first I want a little meat to protrude from the tip as a starter. Okay, it's reached the tip nicely. Don't snap, buddy. I'm sliding the hog casing onto the tip, but if the tip's dry, the casing won't glide smoothly, so I'll moisten it a bit like this first for you. Now I keep sliding more and more hog casing on. Hold the base tight, lock the rod, and keep sliding the casing on. Alright, we've got plenty of hog casing now, so let's cut it off right here. We don't have a ton of meat today, so we'll see how far it goes. Tie a knot in the tip so the filling can't escape. Good and firm. Okay, let's get to the sausage stuffing. When I crank this handle, the meat should pop out the front. Huh?
Hey, hubby.
Sorry, can you keep a hand here?
Here?
When I twist this, meat comes out the tip, so support it and help push the meat forward. Oh, it filled up nicely. Nice. It turned out kind of like poop. Now it's all in. So we'll tie it off here. The sausage stuffing is done. Since it was my first time, some air got inside and the shape is uneven, but forgive me, let's call it a passing grade. Now twist sections to form sausage links. We shape it as we go, spinning the sausage around. This is how the sausage turned out. We'll cook it. Fire! The water is boiling, so let's add the sausages, dropping them now. Looking good. Wow, they're swelling tight. I hope they don't burst. Let's skim off the cooking scum that's floating up, just in case. Still, those sausages are totally ballooned. Apparently, venting air is fundamental for sausages. Normally, right after the sausage stuffing stage, we'd poke tiny holes. But this time I forgot, so I'll fix that. I'll go ahead and pierce it now. There. Whoa, look. The meat juice just shot out like a fountain. What a waste. Ah, but now it actually looks like a sausage. The casing and the meat have bonded together, forming a proper sausage shape, all nice and tight. Whoa, that was close. Whoa, seriously? And the intestines really do have quite a strong constricting power, don't they? They contract like this. Ora! Ora! Ora, ora, ora! And with that, I've managed to push the air out. Normally, this should have been done much earlier, but I'm doing it a bit late this time. And as for the sausage... Okay, it has finally taken on the sausage shape I'm familiar with. Wow, it smells insanely good. Exactly that classic sausage aroma. This is definitely going to taste great. Let's lift it out of the hot water. Move it to the frying pan and sear it for some char. Fire! Instantly, it's making a great sizzle. Let's cut off the knot. Okay now. Nice char marks showing up. Whoa, looks super delicious. When I realize it'll be done any minute, I get crazy excited. It's crisp now, got a bit of char, so we're good. The sausage is ready. Let's make it a hot dog. Looks awesome. Squirt ketchup. Top with whole grain mustard. And we're all done now. It's finally done. Giving thanks for the bounty of the earth. Let's dig in. First, I'll try the raccoon belly meat sausage plain. Let's eat. Yeah, this is insanely tasty. I don't catch even a hint of raccoon odor or gamey smell at all. Plus, the 5-spice powder is seriously putting in work. It's the quintessential sausage. Man, this absolutely works great. Now, let's add my homemade whole grain mustard. Dig in. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. First, I feel the tang of the whole grain mustard. Then the heat softly drifts away. And the more I chew, the raccoon's savory juices mingle, creating an incredibly good collaboration. Wow, truly delicious. I just can't hold back. Let's drink. Whoa. So incredibly good. Seriously, the sausage turned out amazingly well. I'm honestly moved. It makes me want to crank out another batch of sausage, and the mustard is absolutely perfect. That balance of tanginess and sweetness plus everything else is flawless, delicious. There's simply nothing else out there that compares. Wow, insanely tasty. Okay, next, let's eat. Delicious. It's ridiculously tasty. The tang and heat of black mustard combine with the savory raccoon. Then the bread's sweetness and ketchup's richness unite, creating a top-tier gourmet dish. It's outrageously, overwhelmingly, simply unbelievably delicious and crazy good.
Hey, hubby. I just heard you say delicious.
Crazy delicious. Here are sausages and hot dogs. And the mustard we picked ended up like this.
Let's dig in. Is this what we picked?
Yeah.
Tasty. So good. The mustard is doing great work. Spicy and tasty. How is it this good?
Honestly, it rivals store-bought mustard and might even taste better, right?
Delicious. The sausage is tasty too. You can't even tell it's raccoon. Delicious. It's a sausage. Those game sausages they sell all over, right? It's like that. Really good. I want my daughter to try this sometime.
Seriously, it's just straight up tasty.
Really, the mustard does great work.
Yeah, the mustard is seriously delicious.
Seriously, everyone should try this.
Since I used belly meat, I was a little worried about the gamey smell, but none of that shows up and it tastes great. Plus, game meat might match surprisingly well with 5 spice powder.
Yeah, it isn't overwhelming at all.
The flavors are perfectly balanced. We still have some left, and the kids absolutely insisted on eating the raccoon sausage, so we'll all enjoy it together later. Whole grain mustard is honestly amazing, so if you spot mustard greens growing along the riverbank, give it a go. I'm going to keep challenging myself, trying new things, and tasting every wild ingredient I can find. So if you like this video, smash the like button and use the share button below to share it with your friends. I've got plenty more fun videos coming, so hit subscribe and hang around. Bye-bye.